Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Dragon Warrior Let's Play, Episode 2. King is just welcoming me back right now. So, last time we got started, ran around, grabbed a few levels, found a tablet left behind by the hero Loto, telling us that we needed to get 3 artifacts to kill the dragon, Draco Lord in this, Dragon Lord in the original. And we also found out that there's a town to the northwest called Garinham. That's actually going to be the goal for today. We're going to get to Garinham, check out what they have, and hopefully get a piece of gear upgraded or two. Go ahead and get started. Working my way up there. Finally. I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't run into any of these last episode. They're usually all over the place. Gonna hang out in this forest, get a level first before moving up. Should be able to find Drakies and some of those ghosts. Now, somebody brought up how I kind of use Dragon Quest and Dragon Warrior interchanged, and they are the same series. What happened was, back in 1986, when Dragon Warrior was first coming out, TSR, the company that did Dungeons & Dragons, actually had a pencil and paper role-playing game called Dragon Quest. So they had to change the name to Dragon Warrior when it released here in the US. And it actually stayed Dragon Warrior up until the 8th game, Journey of the Cursed King, came out on the PlayStation 2. And that was after TSR had already been purchased by Wizards of the Coast. And I think they just kind of gave up on the Dragon Quest series, and TSR didn't exist anymore. So, finally got the correct name here. A lot of fans will still refer to it as Dragon Warrior. It doesn't really matter. It's all the same game. Okay, these guys are too weak. Let's try moving a bit north. There we go. Enemy difficulty seems to be almost entirely based on how far away you get from the castle. And if you're going to cross over a bridge, that's also a pretty good indication that they're going to start increasing in challenge. Here we go, level 4. I want to get at least 1 gear upgrade before I go up to Garinham. Which shouldn't take too long with these guys. No, that is not what I wanted. And again, not what I wanted. Can cast heal once before I run out of magic. I probably could have actually waited longer to heal. didn't think there was any need to actually use it so soon. I forgot how much all the items done in Tantel are, so I'm just kind of going for 100 gold, and we'll check and see what I can buy. I was kind of reading more about the game earlier today, and I was not actually aware that the original version that Japan got on the MSX and Famicom was actually the weaker version from the original one that we got. Back in Japan when this first came out, it was actually a password save. They didn't have a built-in battery save like we got in the US. And for those of you who might be too young or maybe just weren't gaming back in the day, password saves were a pain in the butt. There was one game, Faxanadu, that I used to play, and I actually beat it, but by the end of the game, because it was password saves, I had like pages and pages of passwords written down just so I could keep, you know, plugging through the game. I'm so glad I didn't have to deal with it on this. 100 gold yet? Yes, we are. Short trek back to town. Where am I going? I completely passed the weapon shop. Maybe I'll save up for that copper sword. Nope, nope, I can get a leather shield. I can do that. That's nice, because that's just a full-blown upgrade since I didn't have a shield before. Oh, I found out about this. So I was a little bit baffled last time when she started following me, because this was not in the original. Apparently, if you have her with you when you go to the inn, you get a slightly different dialogue. Ha! They were not joking. Small amount of adult humor in there. Okay. I also found out what the dragon skill does. Just holding on to it gives you like another 5 defense. Just like a trinket or a charm. Not enough gold for it right now, though. Also forgotten about, where is he? This guy over here, where you store your magic points. And I never knew it as a child. I always just thought that there was like this flash of light. I never actually bothered to check and see if I'd gotten anything for it. Turn that down. Yes, I know. Just kind of trying to talk to everybody that I might have missed last time. The first episode that I did, the one that I posted yesterday / this morning, I spent half of it just wondering if it was even recording properly. And I'm glad to see that it did. There we go. Whoa, too loud. There we go. Make our way up to Garinham. Hopefully. No, still not. This is the area that you start running into like mages and scorpions. I'm curious about how well I'm going to be able to handle them. That was a mountain. Another red slime. Alright, so this must be Garinham. Thank you for confirming my suspicion. Move! Oh good, I can buy a copper sword up here. Or I can just go for broke, save up for the iron axe. This iron shield, even though you can buy it so early, it's actually the second best shield in the game. Like, as soon as you buy this, you are set until you find Erdrick's, or probably Loto's shield, as it'll be called in this. I think there's actually only like 3 shields in the game aside from that last one. Not a very robust item list. Sure. Keep practicing. See if the item shop has anything of interest. I may as well grab this now, since I can afford it. Is that seriously all there was to do here? Well, obviously, you know, there's like half a town behind this door that they feel the need to keep locked. We'll come back here much later to deal with that. Let's put this memorial at the bottom of this dark cave, not up where everybody can see it. Oh, hey, it's our first hint about where the princess is. East. Yuck. So, the princess is to the east, somewhere, in that rather vague direction. And this town is mostly worthless, aside from that item shop. Oh, is there anything down here? Yay? Nay? Nay. Kind of a strange thing to just have there. So what kind of monsters we can fight? Save up some money for the next piece of gear. And that's mostly what this game is just gaining levels, getting gear. There are very, very few objectives that you actually need to do, and you can really tackle them in pretty much any order. Because there's the 3 artifacts, there's Loto's armor, sword, and shield, and there's rescuing the princess. And then you kill the final boss, and that's all there really is to the game, so 90% of it, just endless monsters and exploring. Okay, I was kind of hoping for something harder up here. Anything down here, maybe? No? It's alright, I'm sure we'll find something. Time is it? You know, I might actually be able to make it to the next town, or even grab the first artifact before I end today's episode. We'll see. I really, really, really want an upgrade first. This endless grinding is part of why I chose to do the Game Boy Color remake, which is based off of the Super Famicom remakes that Japan got. It's so better balanced. Enemies give out like 4 or 5 times as much reward. So if you look at the amount of grinding that I'm doing right now with less than an hour of playtime into the game, you can imagine what it used to be like. I mean, it took hours and hours and hours just to get like to level 10 to where you could even begin exploring most of the world map. Right now I'm just kind of poking out in the directions that I already know are safe. But if, you know, give you an example, one of the first places that I died, this bridge down here, I crossed over this bridge as a kid thinking I was a badass, and I got owned just immediately afterwards. It was either a chimera or a wyvern. Just like, oh hey, you thought you were cool crossing a bridge. I'm going to be a rebel and go across this one. Should be safe. I don't remember anything too terrible in this direction. Plus I've got my healing spell. Still not there yet. Do a quick heal. Hang out on the other side of the bridge real quick, just in case I gotta run away. Still weak enemies. Alright. This desert right over here. This is the one I was talking about yesterday, where the skeleton showed up and just destroyed my dad and I. There's like a little forest in there. Magic Drakey. Mage Drakey. However, that's supposed to be pronounced. Man, he just rolled over. This might not actually take as much grinding as I was afraid it would. Let's... You know what? The hell with it. I'm going to go for it. There's a, I think there's either one of the artifacts that you're supposed to get over here, or it's just an old man who tells you where one of them is. Either way, since the enemies around here don't seem to be that dangerous, okay, yeah, the rain staff. That is one of the artifacts that we need. However, he wants us to go and get the harp first. Now, for those of you who are paying attention, you probably know exactly where it is. For those of you who weren't, the bard Garin founded Garinham, and then that's where he lived out the rest of his days. So, obviously, Garinham is where that harp is going to be. Problem is, I need keys to get in there, and I am not strong enough to get to the first town that keys are available. I'm making a really good amount of money though, so I'm going to start heading back to either Garinham or Tantel and buy myself that copper sword. No. This is the poisonous bog that the old man was talking about. Kind of like an early version of lava. Every step that you take on it, you take some damage. Now, it's entirely negligible once you hit a certain level. You don't really care. Unless you're spending just a crazy amount of time in it. But right now, with a tiny amount of health, I don't really want to make the trick through. Or track through there. That was a nice shortcut back when I was younger, though. It let you skip over this mountain range. And like I said, I was playing on only 20 minutes a day, so every shortcut I could find was worth it. What are we at? 189. Perfect. That is much better than it used to be. You used to get like maybe 10% of the value of an item when you'd sell it. Why am I bothering? That is a pretty good setup for extended adventuring. Yes. We will come back to this door later so we can get the stupid harp, so we can get the stupid rain staff. Right now, though, I'm feeling kind of badass, so I'm going to try and get to the next town. Seeing as I'm apparently one-shotting everything that I assumed was my level range. It's kind of hard to tell with these old graphics and little pixelated sprites, but all of the character design and art was actually done by Akira Toriyama. He's the... Oh, hey, Scorpion. Don't kill me. Wow, he's actually putting up a fight. Please do not kill him. Okay. Wow. Okay, well, I can beat scorpions, so that is good. That would have been embarrassing. As I was saying, Akira Toriyama, the guy who does Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, he's the one who's done all the character design and all the monster design for pretty much the entire Dragon Quest series. I'm just trying to picture him, you know, sitting down, drawing these monsters in his, you know, standard, pretty good artwork, and then having to change it to pixels where they just look goofy. The Scorpion's even tougher than the last one. It's time I heal. Oh. When did I learn this? Let's try that. Sword was only doing 1 damage. Little fireball does 18. This is the next town. Coal, I suppose it's called. I'm leaving you, my dear. I need to find keys. Because nobody in this kingdom knows how to make a key that doesn't break on its first use. His dream of keys. I don't know how much of this dialogue is supposed to be humorous, but it's really coming off that way. People looking for legendary weapons in shops. Okay, so... really strong armor here. I can't afford any of this. Yeah, that's useful. Have you been to the island south of here? No. Well, it's to the south. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and look for this now. Thank you. So this was one of the weird things that my dad found, and I still to this day do not know how he managed to find it. I haven't found any NPC who actually tells you where it is, but this item's really, really useful for a boss later on, and like nobody actually directs you to where it is, and it's not obvious. It's gonna be like, it is just south of that fountain. Yeah, Pixie Flute, there it is. I swear, nobody actually directs you to where this stupid flute is. And if they do, I have been missing them for over 20 years. I still don't know how my dad found it. Oh, I thought this was just like a fountain or something. Oh, sweet. Something that they added into the later installments of the series were seeds that will permanently raise the stats of whatever character uses them. Nice to see they made their way into this one. You know, hell, I'm doing a Let's Play. Let's go ahead and see what this powder puff massage is. It's a puff puff. If you don't know what puff puff is, go and look it up. You know, children play this game. I'm really getting my 20 gold worth. I don't really have anything to say to that. I can't follow that up. Keys, keys, keys. What about you? That beautiful woman that he speaks of is our dear princess, who, even though we know where she is, and she's pretty close, she is being guarded by some pretty nasty monsters, and I'm not even going to try to rescue her until I'm like level 10 to 12, somewhere in that range. That's my best guess. Back on the old 8-bit Nintendo, Dad and I waited until like level 15 to even try. Replace that herb I used earlier. Yeah, that flute. First time I bumped into that golem, he kicked my butt. Okay, so this guy... Ow, ow. See, that hurt a pretty decent amount. You don't want to spend a lot of time in there. This was one of, like, the useful NPCs of the game. Basically, he would just tell you, like, whether or not you were well enough equipped to go and finish the game. And if you weren't, he would tell you so. Checked out the inn yet? I don't think we have. Oh, somebody's been to the bath. Okay, we are just about out of time, so I'm going to abuse the fact that I have this warp wing. Well, you know what, I'm going to buy a second one first so I don't have to worry about it next time. I'm just going to warp wing back to Tantel Castle and save. This was actually a lot more productive than I thought it was going to be. I was only expecting to get as far as like one equipment upgrade and getting to Garinham, and did pretty much double that. $24 gold. So expensive. Only get to use it one time. Go to the inn. Oh. I'm going to do that at least 30 more times during this game. Love mashing on that A button. Okay, so 2 levels, shield, a new sword, 2 towns. That was not a bad session. Can probably get this game knocked out a lot faster than I was expecting and move on to the second. Did I save? I think I saved. I'm going to save again. 2 experience points to hit my next level. That'll be a nice way to start off next time. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for watching. As usual, if you have any questions or anything worth discussing about the Dragon Quest and Dragon Warrior series, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I do make a point of reading them. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe. Just lets me know that people are watching this and gives me that drive to keep doing it. Alright, thanks, and I'll see you guys next time.